are called to be God's servants. And if you're in a political office and you cannot speak what thus saith the Lord, then perhaps you need to change where you are. If you're in a church and you cannot say, even if you're a pastor, and if you cannot stand flat-footed and say what God says, then maybe it's time to pray about where God will send you. Because all of us are called, whether circumcised or uncircumcised, whether married or free, whether married or single, whether a servant or free. All of us have one calling, and that is to be what we are for God. For wherever we are and whatever we are God's. Paul makes that point very clearly. So right now, if you're a police officer, and God, thank you for all of our police officers that go out every day trying to do the right thing. Those that go out every day and see themselves as ministers of God, as the Bible says you are, that go out each day trying to treat people with dignity and with respect, that go out each day praying that God would guide them and lead them and protect them and their family, praying over them. God bless you. And if you're a police officer, go out each day knowing, if you're a believer, that you have a responsibility not only to the people, but you have a responsibility to God. And if it's your calling to be a police officer, don't seek to change that. But you have to understand that who you are and what you are there for God first. I say that to all of you that were not born like I was born, black and male. Or if you were not born black, don't try to change your skin color. Don't try to change who you are. But you have to understand that who you are has to belong to God. And if God is changing who you are, then it is time to change. So that's my first point to you. None of you can change some of the things that God has ordained. None of you can change some of the things that God has called you to. If there are things that you have voluntarily gotten into, that you can change, things that are hindering your walk with God or hindering you from speaking the truth, then maybe those things you do need to consider changing.